Hey there, thanks for joining us at the Rabbit Hole of Research, where you'll learn a few facts that you can impress your friends with at a party.
Hey, welcome back to the Rabbit Hole of Research. Down here for the episode 32.1 mini episode, the follow-up to the Godzilla full release. So you have me, Joe. We have...
You got Nick.
You got Nick.
I'm back.
And you have Georgia. Nick's back for the mini episode. Just a quick recap. The full episode, we had a guest, Natalie. We dove into the world of Godzilla and the Kaiju genre. And so we talked about Godzilla as the origin, cultural significance, evolution in cinema, Kaiju as a genre, allegory themes in monster films, and Godzilla's impact across various media. We also talked about Godzilla's biology, cinematic history, and international influence. So just a couple things we touched on in that episode. Had a lot of follow-ups, and thank everyone who emailed, commented on the YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like we had a lot of comments on this one.
Yep. Yeah, it was a popular one.
Yeah.
So one thing I want
to see everyone.
Yeah. Wait, what was that, Nick?
It was good to see everyone interacting with this episode.
No, definitely. One thing I did look up a little bit, I think in there, we had talked about what Godzilla would eat. And one thing was whales, maybe, potentially. And it was how many calories are in the whale. So an estimate, you have all the blubber, an average size blue whale, something like 291 million calories.
And how many Big Macs is that?
A lot of Big Macs.
All right. So, like, what's that one whale that just eats plankton? What kind of whale is that?
Is that a little whale?
No.
No, I think it's a big whale.
Oh, they have to eat a lot of plankton.
I assume Godzilla would be doing like that stuff. Oh, yeah. Mouth is just open.
And just whatever falls in.
Like the baleen whales. And
maybe?
I think blue humpback. I think there's a few whales that just eat plankton.
Wow.
I definitely do feel like the Godzilla type would fall into that area where it's, could just
you mean
survive
like
our billions of.
You're saying they wouldn't even be that discriminate of what they eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you were thinking of krill, that whale, blue whale, humpback whale. They filter krill from the water using their baleen plates.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yep. So yeah, that's what they do. Because plankton is like just a microscopic organism or plant, if we can say that. We have a plant episode coming up.
You can't say that.
I said if you say that.
You're allowed to say that.
You're allowed to say a lot of things, yes. Yes, it's an aquatic organism. Because there's zooplankton and photoplankton. So photoplankton would do photosynthesis like plants. So it would be in that lineage.
So they're considered a plant or they're considered a...
It depends on how you define plant. So
okay.
we got a couple episodes. That's right. Yes. There's going to be a strange and weird plant episode coming up.
But I don't think we talked about plankton, so I'm wanting to know where that falls. I guess I'll have to remember that for the mini episode.
We'll have to remember for the mini episode. This one here is all about Godzilla, the king of monsters. So yeah.
Right.
I don't know if in an episode I mentioned a local artist and comic book creator, J. Adam Farster. He created a region rat Kaiju.
Oh,
and I didn't.
I think you mentioned that in a different. Okay. No, I think you mentioned it in a different episode.
Yeah. I'll put the image up because it's one of the questions we asked listeners was if they would want to fight a Godzilla-sized rat or 100 rat-sized Godzillas. So.
Did you get any kind of consensus?
No, actually, one person answered, and they said they would take the 100 Godzilla-sized rats because a giant rat.
They're little lizards.
Little lizards, right?
I think,
or a bunch of radioactive lizards.
Yeah, but one big rat though is creepy.
I don't know. I think both is really. I think it'd be
neither are great.
Yes,
yeah,
no.
I don't know if I'd have a hard time figuring one was better. What is that movie? Willard? Was it Willard?
Wasn't it Willard? Willard. Yeah, Willard. Willow was not. That was
no, not Willow.
Unfortunately, Val Kilmer was in that one. Yeah. He just passed away. So
yeah, but Willard was where the rats.
Yeah, right.
Take over and
right.
yeah. That's...
Oh, I thought you were talking about Stuart Little.
Stuart, the sky is falling. The sky is falling.
That's not Stuart Little. That's Chicken
not,
Little.
Yeah,
Oh, Chicken Little. Sorry.
get your littles.
No littles. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. I'll throw that image in there. So that should be fun.
Yeah.
I was going to say the big rat, the little Godzillas might be hard to hide from. They can just get in, but like a big rat or anything big, you can go in the basement or hide. So
I feel like you feel so much bigger than all the little
you might want to take
ones.
them on, right? But,
yeah, I feel like you would just feel so small compared to a Godzilla. You'd be like the plankton.
You'd be to the whale. That's exactly right.
I don't know. It depends on if they can see you. Do I have to defeat it, or do I have to like just
get
stay
away?
alive?
Just get away. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I guess it's maybe both. After you get away, and then you got to stay alive.
I might have enough rat poison that I can just give it to it.
Oh, I see. You'll sacrifice yourself?
No, I didn't say myself.
Oh.
I never said myself. Don't get that wrong. I never said I would sacrifice myself for this.
You're not doing it. You're not laying on. Who's going out with the rat poison?
How much rat poison will we put in this person?
I don't know. Probably a lot. And also with the rat, the giant Godzilla rat, be immune to the poison because the giant Godzilla is immune to radiation in our weapons. So maybe the
they're
same.
changing property?
What's that?
I don't see why they would change properties.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Why wouldn't they?
Godzilla's not losing his powers.
Yeah, but I think that the whole idea would be, like we talked about before, dose. It would just be the Godzilla is so much bigger than a human. The dose of rat poison would.
And I was like, what?
the amount would be insignificant to the giant Godzilla.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. That's probably another episode, another rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah.
I was going to say, in the spirit of the Kaiju like Kickstarter that I backed, and I just got the digital copy of the comic, is the Naked Kaiju Woman. It's about this woman who, like the 50-foot woman, except when she gets big, she loses her clothes and fights.
That's understandable.
Other giant monsters.
It's hard to find clothes.
It is. No,
that big.
That's part of the silly comic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think like we said in the episode, the Kaiju, they just spread through that idea of a big giant monster and going around terrorizing people.
I love terrorizing people.
Yep, I know you do. Cool. All right. Anything else interesting I thought it was a fun episode. We covered a lot of ground on it. Probably will swing back on giant creatures again in the future, but
yeah, there's just so much that we can still touch on with
you might have
kaijus and everything.
You might have mentioned it in the episode, but is there any plans for more Godzilla films coming out?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it the Godzilla Kong series is still rip roaring? I think. I don't know. I thought there was another one planned.
I think they're also planning on doing another like Godzilla -1 version.
Okay.
But
I think it'll always be around.
Yeah.
For the most part.
It will be. I just looked it up. A MonsterVerse film, a third Godzilla Kong crossover, is scheduled for release on March 26, 2027. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they were going to do more of those Godzilla Kong crossover-y kind of things.
Yeah, they make money. I
they
don't
do.
see why they would.
Yeah. No, they're good. They're fun. So I think, like Natalie said, when you see Godzilla pop up on the screen, it's just a fun. And Kong, I think they've done a lot of cool stuff with Kong's story and those matchups between these two kind of classic Kaiju giant monsters, except the genre. Pretty cool.
100%.
Yep. Cool. Anything else? Anything else happening?
Not that I can think of.
There's a lot of other stuff happening, but
I don't know what you're talking about, Georgia. What are you talking about?
But probably not something that we're going to touch upon.
I'll say some news on my end. I just got released that I'll have a short story in Redline Chicago Horror Stories. It's a great lineup. I'll put a link to it, and pre-orders will start, I think, next month. We'll talk about it again. But
and so when does it come out?
It will come out in August. It should be really fun. And in a couple episodes, we'll have Christopher Hawkins on talking, and he's actually an author in the anthology also. Yeah, it's pretty neat. So yeah, it was really a surprise when my story got accepted, and so awesome.
That's awesome.
So
can't wait to read that one.
Well, thank you. All right.
And then we're going to be at Mayfest, but that's not for a while.
Mayfest, which is in May 10th.
But it will be right around the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that Nick joins us.
Nick will join. We'll have the podcast. So if people are familiar, we do the kind of fan recordings. They come up, answer questions, get on the podcast. So we'll be doing that again. So if you happen to be in Blue Island, May 10th, stop by our tent and
It's a
answer
really
the
nice
questions.
show. Yeah.
Really good to have music, food, vendors. So
Oh yeah.
it'll be cool. All right. I think that's it. You got Joe here. We got Georgia.
You got Nick.
We got Nick.
Bye.
And
We went down many holes.
mini Kaiju.
That Godzilla could not even fit in.
A bunch of
It's it was just-
rat-sized Godzillas.
Yeah, only a couple rat-sized Godzillas could fit.
All right. Y'all stay safe
All
out
right.
there. Love you.
Bye bye.